Welcome back. In these next few months, employers are trying to figure out when and how and if to bring employees back into the office.
Such a complicated thing to navigate, but tech expert and host of Strategy Hacker Livestream, Shelly Palmer, joins us now with ways to be aware if your employer is setting you up to fail. Shelly, thank you so much for joining us. And you have a really interesting nickname for this whole thing. What's it called?
Corporate Zoomicide. That's what actually happens. I may be committing it right now. You guys are in the studio. I'm home on Zoom, and you get to play reindeer games I don't get to participate in. And if you're an employee, how do you know if you're being set up to commit corporate Zoomicide? And I've got a couple tips for you. First, if the company you work for hasn't changed the culture so that you are included, and it's easy for you to participate in all of the decisions, then you might be being set up. If the tech you have at home is actually better than the tech in the office, you might be being set up. Are you actually equal to the other employees in meetings? Are they calling meetings, and are you feeling like you can participate on an equal footing? Because that's really important. And are you being excluded from small decisions because it's just too hard to get you on Zoom, and we just made this decision without you? And lastly, and I think most importantly, if the company is not actually willing to train all the employees in the new culture that has to evolve to have a hybrid workforce, some at home, some in the office, then you know this is an organization that is setting you up for a situation where your upward mobility and your promotions and your ability to function aren't what they used to be. So those are all things to work on. We're seeing it in all our clients. We're calling it corporate Zoomicide because you really are excluded because you are in a teleconference as opposed to, on premises. So I think there's a way to work this out. Some of the best companies we work for have worked it out, and it just requires management to really concentrate on it. Not every company can or will.
Shelly, you have a great article up about this. You kind of gave the example of a meeting where you have 4 people in the office, 3 people are working from home, and you said the people who are working from home can't read body language, they can't meet up for that little post-meeting, huddle in the corner. So how do you overcome this if you're at home and you miss out on those little moments?
There's a technological solution and a sociological solution. One, you have to train the employees so that everybody understands that we have a hybrid or mixed workforce. 2, you can't have one camera at the end of the table for 6 people and then one person working at home in a close-up, because the talking head is like all the way, they're seeing a cavern with people in it. So you've got to put tech in the room, not the old conference room camera. You've got to put tech in the room. Everyone's got to bring their laptop to the meeting. Everyone needs to be a talking head. Everybody needs to be equal. The audio has to be dealt with. The company has to commit to making this an environment where people can work from home and work in the office on equal footing. And then you as an employee have to go out of your way to contact the people that are on Zoom, that are on teleconference tools, and include them. Very important. And we aren't trained to do that. So it's going to require some adaptation and some evolution in the way we do work in the office.
New age.
We have adapted, pretty well compared to what we have been dealing with the past year, so.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't feel excluded, Bianca. I know you love me.
And I love you just as much.
I know, Robert. I know.
All right, Shelly, thanks so much.
All good.